Hey everyone, what's going on and welcome back to Sheffield United, where today a pivotal match will basically confirm whether or not we still have a chance at the title. Without any further ado, really, this is the situation. We sit fourth currently because of games in hand on 65 points. Liverpool have 33 games played and 77 points. If we win today, then that closes the gap to 9 points. We have 2 games in hand, that could close the gap to 3 points. Liverpool still play Manchester City. We've done our big games. There's a Tottenham game later on. We've done our biggest games. They've still got Manchester City, so we have to hope Manchester City will do something there. Arsenal didn't. They're second, which is worrying that they lost 4-0 to Liverpool, but they're second currently. Also worth noting, if we win both our games in hand without anything extra today, that would take us to 271 points. It would be ahead of Arsenal at that point. So win both our games in hand, we will be second, regardless of what happens here and now. I think our games in hand are weaker sides as well. There's one against Reading in a few days, but that might be a normal match. And then West Ham, who are dead bottom, we play next Tuesday. So all eyes on this match right now. We do play Reading second, so just whilst that may not be a relevant match come the end of this first match against Liverpool, I'm going to be talking through that Reading match, just talking about the series as a whole and where we're going with it, or not going with it, as the case may be. So well worth your time to still watch that Reading match, even if it's not necessarily the big draw like the Liverpool match. Personally as well, I want to beat Reading because I want to give Newcastle the biggest chance of surviving here. 10 points is the gap for them. They've got a game in hand. 7 points is the gap with basically 4 games if they win that game in hand. Doable. Remarkable if it happens, but doable. I would so laugh if Newcastle survived this. Quite frankly, I don't care if Burge and Brozovic don't get on. I know that's not what the lines mean, but I don't care if they don't get on because they are the best 2 players for those positions. On paper, although Curtis Jones is ineligible because he's from Liverpool, that was the consideration I was going to make. I was tempted to put Curtis Jones in the box-to-box, but can't do that, so never mind. And looking at the bench options, there's only Ceballos, who has been profoundly average. Max Aarons has been injured, that's big news as well. So Kyle Walker's come in for what is basically his 3rd appearance this year, or something stupidly low like that. Oh, he's made 8 in total, 11 starts actually, all around. With 13 assists last year in however many games that was, but none in the 8 appearances so far in the league this year. Kind of worrying. I've also compared Harry Maguire to Fofana, and in the central defensive attributes that are required for that particular role, Harry just edges it, and I really wish I'd made that realisation earlier. He does have a 7.04 average for the last 5 games as well, which is quite nice. I am very tempted to play Benoit considering Romero's recent form, although the 6.88 average is mostly due to that 6.4 against Inter Milan. I've had a look at his previous form. Only once before that, in the last 20 games, has he had less than a 6.9 in a game. And that was the last match against Inter as well. So, apart from those 2 matches against Inter, he has not had a game that is lower than a 6.9 rating. Take from that what you will. I'm not saying anything, but the fact that he's only had a 6.4 or anything less than a 6.9 twice, conclusions can be made. Now, the lineup here will be Xhaka in goal, Meza, Romero, Maguire, Walker, Burge, Brozovic, Neymar, Maddison, Calvert-Lewin and Martial, arguably apart from the Aaron situation, and whoever you consider to be the best defender on that right-hand side of the central defence. Strongest 11? What I like about this particular lineup, though, is it has Maguire, Walker and Calvert-Lewin. All 3 of the former Sheffield United boys back at home to play Liverpool in the most crucial match of the season. Poetry in action. I hate the fact that the Liverpool side is basically the same side, just with better players. The defence, unchanged. Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Gomez, Robertson. Although they do have Cucurella, who has played left-back before against me, so I'm not sure what's going on there between those 2. But Bentancur, Fabinho, Salah still there. Diego Jota's still there. Sancho and Lautaro Martinez. What I love is on the bench they have Alphonso Davies and Cucurella. How many world-class left-backs do you need? Actually, I'm looking at that bench, and I don't know who this Jorge Juanchuli is, but apart from Harvey Elliott, he might be the only attacking player. Obviously, Cucurella and Davies are capable further forward, but weird? Because I'm going to presume that one of the top is the goalkeeper. If anything happens to their forward players, their backups on the bench aren't great. I presume Harvey Elliott's developed, and I have no idea who Juanchuli is, but I'm going to presume he's a forward player. If he comes on, I might have a look at him, but I'm not going to hunt him down at this stage. There's an early highlight, which is starting with Liverpool possession as Andy Robertson shoves, I presume. I thought it was about to be Kyle Walker, but it wasn't, I don't think. Out of the way. I think it's Maddison. I think it was number 7. I think that's Maddison's number off the top of my head. But I'm pretty certain during this highlight, Robertson shoves once there, and then once there. He elbows him. Actually, genuinely, the animation elbows Maddison. twice in that highlight and doesn't get called up on it either time. Highlight from our kickoff, which is usually worrying when it's still around. Maguire but he's put it through to Martial, and it could be an instant reply. It is an instant reply. What is happening? I'm wearing the scenes hoodie because this is a key match and I need some scenes right now, and I'm getting them. I feel like I've summoned this madness into existence right now. As Harry Maguire, with what was an inch-perfect through ball there, if Martial had made a better touch and got ahead of Alexander-Arnold in the first place, that would have been perfect. But he got the ball back anyway and buried it. Apparently, Salah and Martial scored in the exact same minute as a result. That is one of the bizarrest things I've ever seen happen in Football Manager. And I'm including the entirety of the Inter Milan game in that. Neymar gathers the ball here. We're 13 minutes in now with a little bit extra if Martial goes downside it, although Calvert-Lewin passes it to Becker. And I don't know why I've called him Becker. That's just his name in game, I guess. That was weird. It treated that as if it was a shot, but it very much looked like a pass. And if he'd only brought it to the left, where Martial was running through clean as well, could have been a goal. It should have been a goal. Salah heads in, Van Dijk's there. It's cleared by Meza eventually. And that's that. The Liverpool formation. Their happiness face indicator went from pure green to pure red there. What on earth is Klopp doing on that sideline? More importantly, what on earth is my bloody defender doing? As we gift Lautaro Martinez a goal, which he really didn't need at this point because that's his 37th of the year. Oh, thank you, assistant, for finally telling him to close down Mohamed Salah. Meza, questionable. Sancho, Lautaro, clinical. James Madison's on a 6.4 somehow. Don't know what he has or hasn't done to deserve that, other than stop Robertson by being elbowed in the face, as Alisson lays it a little bit unsafe for probably Klopp's liking there, and Sancho's in. Absolute sitter, the text says. That was the highlight. I was half expecting that to continue because it wasn't the most I was going to say prolific shot, but that's not the right word. As, can we stop giving Lautaro Martinez easy chances? That would be nice. I don't understand what happens here. I really don't. I have no idea why no one is near Lautaro Martinez. And Liverpool take a deserved 3-1 lead here. Yeah, they're unstoppable this year. It feels like. I'm tempted to throw the water bottle here, but I don't actually know. I still have yet to find the situation where the water bottle actually works. Once I thrown the water bottle and only 2 people got upset at it, the rest actually responded well. Well, I've never had it be like uniform good response to throwing the water bottle, as whoever that was might as well not have existed. Kyle Walker, as Maguire deals with that, and Robertson now runs past Madison. Is he going to get elbowed again here? No. Maguire clears again. Gotta be said, if they score from this, I'm going to be furious, as twice the ball is ricocheted back into their possession because Football Manager can't deal with ricochets. Bentancur back out to Robertson, and no one's there. Literally no one's there. Walker gets in the way the first time and the second time. Where is the highlight in that? Couple of blocks in there, maybe. I feel like Kyle Walker's cruelly been given a 6.3 at this stage. Brozovic's on a 6.2 and booked. That's headed clear. So I don't feel like we've had the main part of this highlight. I don't think there's anything particularly blocky or defensively strong about that highlight so far. That's been played back. That's worrying. Xhaka, what are you doing? Panicking, clearly. Joe Gomez finds Bentancur. He finds Fabinho. No issues there for Liverpool. They're just playing around as if we don't exist. Sancho, still Sancho. Challenged nicely. Kyle Walker. I'll be honest. In the last 5 minutes of game time, in the game, I've seen 3 incredibly good challenges from Kyle Walker. If he doesn't get moved up from a 6.3 here, I'm going to be annoyed. Oh, he's gone to a 6.4. I'm sorry, but Kyle Walker's performance in the second half, at the very least, is worth a 7 in its own right. At least average that out if he had a poor first half. Romero's turn to lump it through. Gomez is there. Becker lumps it a lot more accurately than our defenders or any of our players do. Lautaro Martinez. Fortunate is the word there. Football Manager, sort out your bloody ricochets. I mean, Brozovic has to come off here, surely. Like, that can't continue. Palacios is the only player that can sort of do it. I suppose I can bring on McTominay and move Burge forward is probably the better play there. As Mez's turn to go to a 6.3 and get booked. Neymar's on a 6.2. Like, we're only 3-1 down. I mean, the XG is quite telling at this stage, but a lot of our players on, like, really, really poor ratings. For some reason, Neymar's just collapsed into just a 6.0. It just completely bypassed the 1. And, well, title chance is over at this stage, unless we get 3 very late goals, or 4 very late goals if that goes in. They made all 3 of their subs, because I know Luis Felipe's on as well, so they must have made all 3. Esposito and Collado on just to get some form of respect out of this game. I don't know what the correct word, dignity I suppose is the word I was looking for there. mostly took Neymar off because I knew I'd get questioned why I didn't take him off in the post-match press conference, because that's the thing. Also, how have we allowed Cucurella to be onside there? He was basically in the net. Like, who's played him on there? It's Walker, I think. Like, what are you doing behind him? Just join the rest of your mates a little bit further over the pitch and he'd have been offside. We're going to see it with the lines just to rob this in, even though he's clearly onside. Or there was a trailing leg there from Cucurella, which made that a lot tighter than it actually was. And look, even in that performance where he's booked and the two fullbacks are on 6.0 and 6.3, and we had Neymar on a 6.0, Brozovic on a 6.2, Maddison on a 6.3, Calvert-Lewin on a 6.3, Maguire and Xhaka, the two highlights here. But Romero, just even with a booking and a 3.3 XG against us, 6.7. I'm not saying anything about that intermatch. Stop the rot in the set. Oh no, they scored again, didn't they? They scored very low. I forgot they scored a fourth. Well, congratulations, Liverpool, on your title victory. But Reading 18th, West Ham 20th. Slightly easier foes, in theory, on their way. Although 2 losses in a row might have an issue on morale here. I hadn't looked at Newcastle's fixture list, actually. Yeah, okay, survival is unlikely, considering the remaining 5 games for them. But Watford did just lose to West Ham, who we play next as well, so we can knock West Ham's chances on the head there as well, as Reading's right now, of their own survival. So we can give Newcastle their absolute best chance today and on Tuesday by stopping the other 2 potential climb-outers. Newcastle have got a lot of work to do. They play Tottenham away today alongside us, so we'll keep an eye on that. Xhaka in goal, Meza, Romero, Maguire remains the left 3 of those. I'm going to rotate it out. Kyle for this one. Izzo at right back, McTominay, Burge. Neymar stays despite his performance last time out. Gallardo on the right just because Madison's returned to being not fully fit apparently. Hate it when that happens. Calvert-Lewin and Esposito up front. I hadn't realised how not good Martial had been in the last 5 games. So I'm just going to give him something to think about and a bit of a rest at the same time. Calvert-Lewin remains in a position that for some reason he has no idea how to play. I've got to presume that one is a visual glitch, because there's no reason why he should never get to 100% familiarity in the role that he is best at. I did say earlier that the Reading one is going to basically be a match that allows me to talk about the series as a whole and where we stand with it. It's going to be a little bit sort of just background visuals more than anything. By the time this video goes live, I will have tweeted out the situation with Sheffield United, and that is I've come to the conclusion that this will be the last season for Sheffield. We're going to end on the next video, episode 40. Nice round number. What I'm going to do with the next episode is we're just going to play Leeds in full, which is the penultimate game, and then we're just sort of going to speed through the Spurs game that is ending the season, just so we can talk about the series as a whole, summarise that particular season and the series in its entirety, following those matches as Calvert-Lewin is assisted by Neymar and makes it 1-0. I didn't notice they have a player called Semedo in their central midfield. I can only presume that's not Nelson Semedo, the current Wolves right back. There must be another one somewhere in the footballing structure, but nice and easy really. Neymar, Calvert-Lewin, bang, done. Where was that last match? Probably due to a better defence, if we're completely honest here. As Newcastle are losing 2-0, so sorry Newcastle. We're doing our best here. It's Alpha Semedo of Forest. Might be at Reading already. But yeah, basically, we're in a situation now where we've only got the Champions League to get, and there's no guarantee that we're going to get it next season. There's no guarantee we're going to get it the season after that. There's no guarantee that we're ever going to win it. So I don't want to be in the situation where we repeatedly... I thought they'd gone to a penalty or something. I don't want to be in a situation where we're just repeatedly failing at the Champions League season on season, because the Premier League side of things is basically meaningless at this stage, because we've won that. I'm not fully decided if there's going to be a break week or we're just going to go straight into the next project, which I've already done the thumbnails for, mostly. Still fine-tuning, but... Oh, I just noticed Arsenal are losing. That's helpful. Thank you, Aston Villa. Next week or the week after will be a brand new series. I'm just going to say it's going to be a warmer climate than Sheffield probably is, as there's not really anything happening this game, so it's not giving me the greatest amount of time to talk. There is a highlight now as a couple of people get really tired, Neymar and Burge. Calvert-Lewin's in again, 2-0. It'd be nice if Calvert-Lewin could get his average rating to the top of the pile. He's currently 3rd, I think it was. We'll just preserve those 2 really tired players as well as we rewatch this Calvert-Lewin goal. And Palacios and Jones are coming on for Neymar and Burge. Meza's super tired as well now, so Ruggieri can come on. And that solves this match from my point of view, tactically. There's not a lot more I can do with it other than winning the Champions League is basically my point, and there's no guarantee that we'll ever get that. No matter how hard you try, it's a lot of pot luck, and every now and then you're going to be thrown a game like that into game where everything goes against you, and it seems like there's nothing you can do about it. It's just one of those moments that happens in Football Manager. Like it's happened with Norwich twice, I think, in 2 seasons in a row, early on in this very save. You never know when those games are going to come. If it comes to the Champions League, that's you done for. Sometimes you're just tactically outwitted. Esposito's got to be offside there, but Calvert-Lewin's in for a hat-trick. He's got a hat-trick. I'll be honest, it's quite nice in the penultimate game that Calvert-Lewin's doing things. Well, penultimate game that you're going to see in its entirety anyway. Nice to have him back in form this year as well. That's one of my favourite things about this series. Bringing Dominic back, him firing on all cylinders the first year that we brought him back, and then not really finding form last year when Neymar came in. I think that might have been part of it. Neymar took a bit of his shine, took a bit of his goals, really. Just in general. Liverpool are losing to Burnley just to rub things in right now. I'm sorry, but what? Ooh, Newcastle got a goal back after conceding 2 in 2 minutes, but it's not enough, and I think that seals Newcastle's fate. Does that technically mean that the title's not out of our grasp just yet? No, even if we win 2 more games, we're still 6 points behind, so we would still need Liverpool to lose basically all 3 of their remaining games, depending on the goal difference swing between 2 wins and 2 losses for them. At the very least, we can help Newcastle not be bottom by beating West Ham. West Ham's 2 wins, by the way, or 3 wins now, because they just beat Watford. One of those was against Arsenal, who's second. Football Manager at his best as always. I mean, we did the best that we could against Liverpool. You look at the 5 games we lost, they're all away from home. One of them is Burnley, one of them's Leeds, Spurs and Chelsea and ourselves, the other 3 losses. So, still got Manchester City to play, of course, which happens in the next full game week. But I think the title's basically gone. So, as I said, in what will be the final episode, we're going to finish on what is probably, for Sheffield United fans, the big one, the match against Leeds. And I can't really think of a more poignant way to end the series than the Yorkshire Derby. So that'll be the final one we're going to do it for. I will feature the Tottenham game. It'll just be that kind of brief thing where you just see me react to the goals at most. And then we'll move on to just the general season summary, series summary as well, for that matter, to finish everything up and wrap things up on 40 episodes. Considering there's only meant to be a beta series, I was only meant to do 1 or 2 seasons worth of game in this, maybe 3 at a push. The fact we went 2-4 in the first place was mostly due to the continued success we were having, to be completely honest. The fact that we were so successful early on kind of kept the momentum going, and now it's kind of, I don't want this to be classed as, oh, the momentum's gone, oh, he's giving up, that kind of thing. The fact of the matter is the Champions League, as much as you can try and build a Champions League winning squad, it's still a bit of a lottery. And realistically, I still think we're a season or 2 away from having all of the pieces of a Champions League winning squad. I'm not sure one transfer window is going to be enough. I think Xhaka, as good as he is, isn't a Champions League winning goalkeeper. I think he's sort of second tier. He's not elite. He's not on like the Alissons, the Edisons. There's problems there. I still think we need like a proper second elite centre-back, as much as Harry Maguire is listed as an elite centre-back. I think there's improvements there. Right back, Aarons is still going to develop a little bit. He's very good though. Meza, same on the left-hand side. Got to develop a little bit more. Central midfield, I still think we're lacking in the centre of midfield, if I'm completely honest, in terms of elite levels. Burge is there. Brozovic is sort of there, but their performances can be a bit iffy. Neymar, obviously world-class. The right-hand side, as good as Maddison is, again, there's improvements to be made there. He's only 3-star technically, and his physicals are somewhat questionable, but in the role he plays over there, I think we're probably getting the best out of him. And the 2 strikers, I think trying to strike force-wise, we're all right, considering the players we've got. Martial's been incredible, Calvert-Lewin's been incredible, and there's 2 youngsters coming through who are also probably going to be incredible in the form of Esposito and Radovanovic, who of course just won European Golden Boy. So I think we're realistically a year or 2 away from being in a position of having a Champions League winning squad. I think getting to the quarters was good enough. I think topping the group was a surprise, to be completely honest, in both years so far that we've been in it. So with that all in mind, I don't want to keep dragging this out, and I don't want you to feel like I keep dragging this out. That's the biggest thing. A new challenge next week or the week after. I haven't fully decided when I'm going to debut the new series. I'll see you for the final episode. I'll see you for the final episode with Leeds on Thursday, as should be normal. I know it's been on Friday the last couple of weeks, but Tuesdays and Thursdays will remain the uploads. My schedule's changed slightly in the background, but Tuesdays and Thursdays are still the optimum days for me to upload these, so that's going to be the same for this week and for the new series as well. 2 episodes a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. With the new series, I might do an extra one per week in the early stages of it, so just keep an eye on that. And keep an eye on my Twitter. The links are all below. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. All in time for the new series. Soon will be very nice. Keep your eyes peeled. Until next time, ta-ra.